This is how the concept becomes part of your nervous system, not just an idea in your notes app. This will suit someone who's done the work on paper but is struggling to live it out, especially when things get hard. We're going to be delivering you a real plan, one that feels achievable, not aspirational. It's about deeply embodying behavioral change without losing your heart or self-trust. And it's going to be great for people who are neurodivergent and have heaps of failed attempts behind them. This is how you get practical with yourself. In the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through the exact 4-step system I use to take any self-development concept and turn it into a habit that actually sticks, even if you failed before, even if you're tired. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear, doable plan that you can start today. If you've ever read a book, taken the course, highlighted every page, and still found yourself stuck in the same patterns, you're not lazy, you're not broken, you're just human. There's a gap, we find, between knowing something and embodying it. There's a space for you to be able to understand an idea and then let it shape how you live, speak, and respond. This video is about that space, about closing that gap. And I want to say this from the start, self-development doesn't have to be dramatic to be effective. Most of the real work, it happens in the small moments when you choose something new over and over and over again. So let's talk about why change doesn't stick. Let's talk about why so many people, especially smart, insightful women like you, struggle to apply what they know. Here's what I see. You learn something powerful and then wait for the perfect moment to implement it. You try to overhaul everything at once and burn out by Thursday. Or you apply it once, but when it doesn't fix your whole life, you decide it didn't work or it's not worth continuing with. Sound familiar? The truth is, self-development only works if it's small enough to be lived. And that means we've got to create systems, not just have good intentions. This 4-step system, let's walk through it, because I use this to take a concept and make it a part of my life. And this is what I teach my clients. 1, clarify the practice, get specific. Be more grounded, beautiful. But what does that actually mean? What does that look like, feel like? If someone watched me living this out, what would they see me doing? So being grounded really might look like putting your phone down between meals, taking 3 deep breaths before responding in conflict, walking every morning without headphones. Your job is to pick a version that feels doable for you. I have a client called Molly who has this huge work life, and she wanted to be present at home and her phone would go off all the time. And eventually she left it by the front door and sat in the back and gave herself just 15 minutes of tech-free time every night with her family around the dinner table. Number 2, you need to attach it to a real moment. Your brain doesn't change in theory, it changes in routine. So ask yourself, where in my day would this already fit nicely? And pair it with an anchor. So do your grounding work when the coffee brews, right after brushing your teeth, when you're sitting in your car before heading home. This is how the concept becomes part of your nervous system, not just an idea in your notes app. Number 3, make the first version stupidly easy. If the habit feels too big, your brain, your nervous system will resist it, especially when you're tired, stressed, or dysregulated. So instead of 30 minutes journaling, start with 3 sentences. Instead of a full yoga class, take a few stretches and a few breaths. Instead of a morning routine, take some moments of pause. Lower the bar until it's impossible not to step over it. The goal is not to impress yourself or others. It's to build trust with yourself, to find out what you like and add it to your life bit by bit by bit. So now let's talk about Kim. She is another one of my high achieving doctor clients who always thought progress had to be intense. That's what the medical system teaches you. So she's trying to perfect her 5 a.m. routine and pause for a breath before she checked her phone. And she was finding that was really too tricky. She lived a busy life. So what she would do is she would wake up and see the smoke alarm light in her room, and she would give herself permission to just let that space be held. And then she would gently wait for her body to wake up, stretch under the covers, think about her intentions for the day, and then allow herself to roll into her workspace by checking her phone. Your job is to find the things that belong to you and implement them. I'd love to know what you're doing in the comments. All of us are working on something new, and we want to know what you're going to do and what you're going to do within that 4-part process, particularly the smaller doable version and what you're anchoring it to. And then tell us if you've been successful. We would love to know.